Welcome
to the Bring Me to Life podcast.
It's time to wake up
and shine on.
All right. Okay. So you had said something in the previous episode of the podcast that you had said that our throat chakra and our sacral were the most intertwined.
From my understanding and like my research and through my experience teaching it, yes.
So it's like, it makes me believe that when you speak your truth, then it powers up that area.
Yeah, like the speaking your truth is sexy.
Yeah.
And makes you feel confident. And even not even sexy. You don't have to make it an intimate thing. Like powerful. Speak your truth. Don't be afraid to talk. That's why we're here showing up and talking about things.
Yeah. I think that's wonderful, and definitely self-expression I think is huge. I believe that self-expression is one of the best things that we get to experience in this life.
You can express yourself in so many ways.
So many ways. With your hair, through painting, music, art, podcasting, writing. I mean, these are all things I love.
Speaking, listening, holding space. Performing like a ritual that makes you happy and like making crystal grids.
Rituals are so wonderful. I believe that when they just let go of their beliefs of what they may have heard about rituals, open up your mind to the rituals, because even the Celtic, which is like my most connected, I feel like I'm more than any kind of Christian. I'm like more into the Celtic spirituality, and so
I like that.
Yeah.
You talk about a ritual that's pretty cool, like hill walking a lot.
Hill walking that's
a ritual.
Yeah,
like people hear the word ritual and they're like, oh, they're like casting sacrifice and things, creating hexes, and making pentagrams. No, that's not my ritual.
That is.
My ritual is waking up in
such a tiny fraction of what exists out there in terms of the ceremonies and the rituals.
Yeah. It's like, it's one of those words, we like to talk about words that have been screwed with. Like we talked about manifest destiny in one of our episodes. This episode, it's like ritual.
I can't believe they do that too.
They, as in like the power of whatever.
Even
it's
the
like
Nazis,
the universe.
If you think about it, the Nazis fucked up that
symbol. That was a symbol. So we talk in like the humans have talked about hieroglyphs and symbols, and they try to take these things that are powerful and they turn it into, like, they make it feel weird, like rituals,
Illuminati.
Like they make you feel like a ritual is. People are like, "Who's they?" I don't know. Who made you think this way? Why did somebody make you think that a ritual has to do with a pentagram? You might not think that, but sometimes, some down the road, like at one point, I went through that phase. Like, oh, I can only do a ritual if I have everything on the spell book list. You know, I was 13 once, but like that doesn't matter to me. So at some point, I'll probably talk about how I feel like I'm an angel witch.
It's part of your self-expression.
Like we've been talking about
connecting.
I think
it's beautiful, and I want you to fully claim it.
Thanks. I think I've been scared of it because people see me as this person that connects with angels. I talk about how I connect with angels, but I've danced with demons, dude. Like I've seen the darkness. I went through my phase as a teenager where it was like Wiccan was the only way to understand the magic, because I've always thought there was this magic in life.
Yeah, there is magic.
And I had the kind of Christian family that took me to church but didn't go to church. And then I had all these like connections to, like, they liked crystals and they liked angels, but I also am like, I really like ritual. So to me, a ritual doesn't have to be like a spell or anything. And like, I like herbs, I like crystals and crystal balls, and people are like, oh, that she's a witch and she's like a gypsy. I'm not allowed to use the word gypsy. I'm sorry. I sometimes use the word gypsy because to me, I see it as like the fortune teller with like a crystal ball. But gypsy's another bad word.
I just wish that we could all maybe have a little bit more compassion and openness towards like towards anybody.
We all have different perceptions of what words mean. Like, we don't mean to offend people.
We don't mean to offend.
Like I said, I was a gypsy.
That's not intention. I think it's important to. It's my belief that it's important to.
Am I the only person that thought a gypsy was like a fortune teller with lots of scarves and loved crystal balls and could see the future? Was that the only one who thought that's what the word gypsy meant?
No, I believe that most of like society and culture.
Who trained me to think that way? They? Who's they? I don't know.
Your culture, the people that you're around.
So if I ever say like I'm a wanderer or a gypsy, I don't mean to offend anyone.
Right? Yeah.
I thought it was a good word, just like I thought manifest destiny was.
Who knows? Maybe it was one of those words that got turned around.
That's what I'm saying.
Can I say? So, listen to this. The Illuminati. That used to mean
it means light.
The enlightened ones, the people who like are basically like Christ and Buddha and
then there were the Native Americans who talked to the star people, and we started calling them aliens, and then people started saying aliens was a bad thing. Who's they? I don't know. Who is they? You tell me. Anyway. But they made us feel this way.
Our culture and society made us feel this way. But listen to this. Culture is opening up.
It is. So I've been coming to terms with coming out of my spiritual closet that I'm an angel witch. And to me, that means I practice rituals, and my ritual is waking up each morning and basically like doing those affirmation things, that people do, are like saying, I am powerful. Like I allow myself to feel that, not like I'm humble about it. I don't think I'm somehow powerful goddess. But I do think I channel goddess energy. Like who doesn't want, like even guys want to channel goddess energy into their life.
Definitely.
Like, so why would I not want to feel like a goddess? I'll feed myself grapes and believe my body's beautiful. That's a goddess to me.
Man, those were good.
But people are like, don't idolize yourself. Don't think you're a god or a goddess. But
so I think there's a difference between trying to idolize yourself and just like feeling your true self. Like you are a goddess, obviously.
Mm-hmm. But it's weird, like, you'll call me a goddess, but calling you God would almost feel weird. Because
it is
I just see God as an old man that judges me.
It's one of those words that's like been messed up.
But for some reason I like the word king. But I don't like the word king. But I do, but I don't. Because I don't want a ruler. But I call you a divine king.
Yeah, I like that.
You're a divine king, and I get to be a goddess, priestess. Like, there's these cool words. They're neat. Words are cool, but like...
It's important not to get away from your true self and
don't put yourself in a box.
Right.
Bring yourself to life. Like allow yourself to think things.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just go on.
No. I've had a lot of humbling experiences, so I try to remember them. I know sometimes I'm a human, but doing the best we can.
You listening, you're a beautiful human. You're a beautiful human.
Thanks. I try to send
humans.
love. One thing that you said.
Okay, sorry.
One thing. What is a human? One time, this dude. So we were working on a business plan for Bring Me to Life a long time ago.
We've made many business plans.
Yeah, I think it was a nonprofit too. Business plan.
We're working on that.
We're still working on that.
It's a thing. Help us out.
Yeah, and right now we're getting it. So. During this business plan, something happened.
You met a guy, something, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, well.
We're talking about words and how words are sometimes taken away from us. Does your business plan have something to do with a nonprofit? Who knows? Do you want to go down a different rabbit hole?
Yeah, I suppose we could. That's a good one.
We'll get back to it. We usually do. Stay tuned. That's why you're here. You're listening. So,
that's why you're still here listening.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm human, and sometimes like your thoughts escape your aura field. I don't know. We learned in chakra class like your thoughts have a little bubble around them.
The universe must have known the rabbit hole we were about to go in was not as important as where it's about to lead us.
Do you
in
know
this moment.
Happens is because we were talking about them twisting words and
Yeah, so let's get back to our original topic anyway, which was rituals. So in
Rituals and expression.
Yeah, so I like to be called an angel witch,
expression.
apparently.
Yeah, Shannon.
We'll just go back to that topic.
Shannon's an angel.
I'll talk about myself first.
Oh
Good at
yeah,
that. That's what I'm good
oh
at.
my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Thanks for listening, guys. So angel witch, maybe you feel like you're an angel witch. Is it okay if I
was gonna say I love you.
I love you too. Thanks for letting me talk about myself in public.
Oh,
Because a lot of my
space.
boyfriends don't let me talk about myself ever.
Get it?
No, that's why this is exciting and I like the world.
This is exciting.
Yeah. So, angel witch, you might think you're an angel witch too, because you're like, man, I talk to these archangels, but I like rituals, but rituals, I don't do the whole pentagram thing. I mean, stars are cool. I love stars. Why do they make stars scary with the pentagram? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is interesting. And who doesn't love looking at the stars at night?
Yeah, but the one witchy sign is like the star turned upside down, the pentagram, and there's lots of history to it. But like you said, you were talking also about like how the Nazi symbol,
dude, around October especially, they really mess up a lot of the stuff.
They give us Halloween and the veil. We should be like connecting and opening. I think maybe that's why. So we're recording these in around like the veil's thin. We just kind of felt like this was the time. We've been wanting to do this all summer, but now it's getting close to October and our throat chakras are open and we can feel this energy that's just saying like, this is the time.
It's the time.
So thanks for listening. Thanks for holding space.
Yeah.
Back to being an angel, which you can do rituals and you don't have to be like, you're not hexing people. You don't need a voodoo doll. You just like.
It could be so simple
say
if you wanted.
affirmations. Yeah. So what's an affirmation you use? You use the ritual. That's one of your rituals. You have several.
I guess I have a nighttime ritual that when I'm like flossing my teeth, I say, I am open to more good than I have ever thought, realized, or experienced before. I am a creative genius. I'm a brilliant businessman. I'm trying to look myself more in the eye when I say it. I'm just so focused on like.
We're like taught not to look at ourselves. That's another thing society, they. We're going to talk about the ominous they for a while. But like they convince us to not look at ourselves, to not listen to ourselves. That's how we're a divine channel, to not listen to each other and to just continuously think about what we're going to say next.
Doubts
Maybe
are
that's why
a powerful tool.
Maybe that's why they made us lose our train of thought a few minutes ago.
No, I'm sure, yeah. I've listened to like some podcasts where these people were up until like this time talking and doing podcasts, and then all of a sudden they all lost their train of thought and they all got exhausted and had to go to sleep.
Huh. Because the universe is just like, your channel's done now.
Right.
We'll probably get to that point, but right now I feel like we're getting some good content.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're listening. Thanks for listening. Tell us where you're listening. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Thanks for tuning in. You're so funny. You're so funny.
Thanks. I didn't realize I was a comedian. I think it's a natural ability that I'm starting to realize is part of just me. Like,
you have so many funny jokes.
Yep.
When you come up with some and you have
punny.
some, you are funny.
I like puns. I think
you're brainy.
Yeah. I guess because I'm so in tune with my angels, I get to hear like the inner spirit dialogue of all the jokes. So I just have like a really
you
weird
pull
sense
in
of
like
humor.
you pull in some good jokes from the spirit world.
Yeah, like I think it's tasteful too. Like I don't like making fun of people as much as I like to just like laugh.
Right.
Like, find joy.
Yes.
And, like things like puns. Like puns are funny.
Find
a
ways
pun?
to laugh that doesn't like come at another person's expense.
Yeah, like there used to be like other shows where they would like pull up people's videos and just like rag on them. And I'm just like, no, dude, like find like there's something awesome about this. Like
find some
they put
find
this
some
out
goodness.
there.
That's why Bring Me to Life TV, we're trying to make a playlist of like all the good videos, all the great music videos that are conscious and have a great message, and all the art. There's fire spinning. There's hooping and all kinds of cool stuff.
Cool. So is there a possibility that you can like add the Bring Me to Life TV to your channel on Sealamon too? So, like I think you can share a playlist. Anyway,
what?
we're gonna look into
on
that.
my YouTube. Yeah, I can add it in.
So people can go to Sealamon.com and go. It'll take you to sealamont.com, and you'll see basically a way to get to the.
At
Bring Me
this
to Life
point,
TV.
it'll take you to my YouTube, which is like where
Right.
most of my videos
That's
are.
what I'm saying. Sealamont.com is your YouTube.
Yeah.
But sometimes we tell people to go to Bring Me to Life, and then they don't know where to go elsewhere. I'm trying to make things simple.
Indeed.
So if you go to sealamont.com,
I'm gonna
you're gonna
do
be
it
able
right
to find
now.
a link.
No, we'll do it later.
I'm making you a note. I think it's
Okay.
already like
Yeah,
that on
make me
mine,
a note.
though. I think you can go to Shantastic Shine's YouTube.
Nice.
And I have a lot of links to the Bring Me to Life channel because that's where I host my webinars and my Shine On with Shannon podcast. You can find it through my YouTube, my personal channel, Shantastic Shine. But then you can go through my personal rabbit hole where I don't babble with usually anybody and I just go for it.
Yeah. So like, I think it's great, and that's part of this whole thing that we're doing is holding space for people to express themselves because it is so important. It is important for you to express yourself as an angel witch if you feel that's something that resonates and is important to you. I believe it's also important for whoever out there listening right now to fully claim their power and their character in this world because we're only characters playing a part in this movie or whatever life is.
I love the power character theology, how we get to be. That goes back to being a god and a goddess. We were talking about that earlier before we lost our train of thought too. Like
you get to have your own cloaks and your own magical
who's
items.
your character in this game? Show me your real self, not who the society made you feel like you had to be. Who are you? That's part of your spiritual awakening. Man, bring yourself to life.
You in this life, you can make yourself anything. You can make yourself a ring. You can make yourself a set of armor. You can dye your hair any kind of color, any way you want.
I do it frequently.
You can shave your beard any way you want. You cannot shave at all. You can do anything. There's so many things in this. It's like the ultimate video game that I hope people begin to remember and awaken to because there are so many cool games, and I do love some video games, but it's important to play some
video games. I'm playing.
Play your real life game.
Yeah, my life is a game. The game of life. That used to be a board game too. Obviously, we've always been fascinated with it. Mm-hmm. The idea of like running a life or a simulation.
You were talking about that earlier today, like even before we were recording our podcast. Talking about the simulation and.
Oh, I could go on and on about how I think we're a simulation, but I also believe in a God. So like. I don't want people to listen and think, oh, she's straight up crazy. She believes we're simulation. No, that's like, I can talk about destiny and how that's kind of part of the game coding and how our chakras are our gears and their CD. Okay. Yeah, that's a word.
I'm pretty sure we can go out and if we had a spaceship that we were in control of, that we could fly out and travel to a different galaxy. I'm sure that's totally possible in this life.
There's so many possibilities. There's endless possibilities. Everything you want is already here. That's a song. It's one of my favorites. It's one of my rituals. Yeah. On days that I need to reboot.
Yes.
I call them reboot days, self-care days, where I'm like, I'm going to listen to these inspirational things. I'm going to listen to my favorite music. I'm going to actually get my meditation on. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I'll even do some yoga. And I don't even call it yoga because yoga puts stress on me. I'm getting into yoga. I have friends that have been really helpful in my community to work me into yoga, but I like mindful movements. I do a lot of child's pose because that's what feels good for me, and I can wiggle my butt. I'm getting into it. I think it's funny because I don't like yoga as much because it's all about wiggling your butt and putting your butt up in the air, but the pose I do most that's been easing me into yoga is like child's pose and like cat cow and like the simple ones that get us all into it.
The cat cow is like really vulnerable.
You're just like wiggling your butt and like your body, and it's a position that we're told is bad because it can be
it looks very sexual, and why does it have to be termed bad?
Because
it's so natural. It's one of the most natural things that comes to every single living creature on this planet.
They don't want us to walk around on our four legs like an animal. Oh, okay. Because we're so evolved. It feels good to stretch your body, guys. That's why cats do it.
Your body.
Cats are such smart creatures.
I know. Stretching and playing around all the time.
Resting, giving themselves lots of love and resting.
Yeah. Lots of
giving themselves alone time when they need it. Cats are so smart.
Eckhart Tolle once said, I know many Zen masters. All of them are cats.
Yes. I know some Zen masters. I love some kitties.
Yeah. I love kitties. I love kitties so much.
So my last meme was I love crystals. Now I'm on I love kitties.
I love kitties.
Oh my goodness, I'm ridiculous. I'm a comedian and I don't even realize it.
Dude,
someone
kitties.
give me a comedy show.
You know, some good kitties are great in life.
Yeah. So rituals, angel witch. What do you have a title? I don't even know if I gave myself a title. People were like, you're the angel girl. You're the witchy girl. No,
Angel
I'm an
witch.
angel witch. Okay.
You could use that as a term, or you could.
I have a hashtag. I use the hashtag angel witch. I'm working on maybe one day I'll have a book about I think it's gonna be about rituals.
It's almost like taglines that are like what you're about in this life.
You guys tell me, is angel witch, do you think that's like too weird? I don't know.
Ooh, I got Selamon. I don't know.
I'm still Shannon Shine. Who knows? Anyway, I'm just feeling it out
Selamon, I don't know, because I'm switching from meditation to I'm including art and music and just expression.
I like Selamon. It makes me kind of think of a Pokemon, and when a wild Pokemon
A Selamon.
A wild Selamon appeared in my life and changed it.
Dude, we've had so many good memories and so many good times.
Someone should make you into a Pokemon character. I want to see what your Pokemon cartoon spirit animal looks like.
So cool.
I'm artsy, but I'm not that kind of artsy. Somebody that likes to do anime stuff makes you into a Pokemon. You didn't want to be a meme, but I think I just made it happen.
I've known some people who could
is now Pokemon.
draw me an anime character. Yeah.
You are an anime. I love. Yeah, I think we're all secretly anime characters. That's where aliens come in with their big eyes and travelers and things. That's wormhole. Yeah.
Imagine with VR, with VR headsets, you put it on and you're transported basically to a whole new different dimension, and it opens up a whole new existence with just being able to express yourself. You can paint in 3D and you can look at it. You can have augmented reality where you see creatures.
Wait, what are you talking about right now? You're creating realities. I tapped out for 1 second to write down what memes I need to make, and you're on a completely different topic.
I didn't.
That was my bad. I didn't mean to look away for a second.
The train was going somewhere and I was on board.
I'm sorry.
Okay. What did you write down?
I wrote down Selamon's Pokemon because I really want to see someone.
See, so I was going down the Pokemon hole.
Oh, okay. You went down that hole?
I kept going.
Okay, I'm back.
No.
I'm back.
No, I derailed.
Okay, so you weren't on the Pokemon?
No, I was. I think. We'll have to go back and listen.
Doesn't matter. Let's talk about something that we do want to focus on. We were talking about
self-expression
rituals,
is great.
Self-expression.
You're being an angel witch, and I am just a Selamon, and I implore people to just be who you are, and as long as we have 4 core basically principles in a way. It's just to clarify, because obviously we don't want people to go out and harm anybody else.
No. You said 4 and I instantly thought of the 4 agreements.
Right. It's basically the 4 agreements.
Oh, yeah? Okay,
it's
so
our
let's
code.
talk about the 4 agreements. It's a book that we read that a lot of people know.
So the Bring Me to Life code is all are equal. Mm-hmm. All are one. We all deserve peace. And we all deserve love.
Cool.
And so I think peace handles the whole
So you're talking about different agreements. I thought you were talking about the books, the 4 agreements, but I like
the
your
4
agreements.
agreements are great.
So tell me your agreements again. Sorry, I was these aren't the 4 agreements of the book I read. Tell me your agreements one more time. Sorry.
We are all one.
Yes.
We are all equal.
Mm-hmm.
We all deserve peace.
Mm-hmm.
And we all deserve love.
I love it. That's awesome.
Yeah, so when I say express yourself, be who you are, I'm not encouraging any kind of violence, or as long as it doesn't harm anybody else and you're able to express yourself peacefully and harmoniously.
So it's part of your ritual to remember those agreements.
I believe so, yeah.
Cool. I like that. I do like the other 4 agreements too. One of them is to not take things personally. We hope that you don't take things too personally. Like, we're here to lead away, give you some light into our perspective.
It's so easy in this world, and I do it, so I'll be the first one to admit it.
Disclaimer: don't take things personal is one of the 4 agreements.
It's good to remember.
I feel like there's
4 agreements.
There's obviously 3 more, but right now that's like the one.
Always do your best.
Always do your best. Don't take things personal.
'Cause doing your best is, it's like live your moment, live your life every moment to try and be your best.
Sneezing off.
Or like recoup and then go back at it. We all get knocked out, but what matters is that we get back up.
Yes, if you can get down and you can look up, then you. Dang it, I'm off right now.
Yeah.
It's a less brown.
If you fall, then land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up.
Yes.
Les Brown.
Yes.
Solid motivational speaker in his prime. Oh, filled stadiums. It was amazing.
Yes.
It still exists out there, and so many people use it for so many videos on YouTube. Motivational videos. It's all over.
You can find motivational videos everywhere. We're motivating you right here. Sorry, I got sidetracked again.
Yeah, I was wondering. You got them?
So it's be impeccable with your word.
Oh, yeah.
This one is always simple. Tell the truth.
Yes.
That's why we restarted doing things this way and just being like, okay, you guys want to know how we know about this stuff? This is how. Like, you want me to make it into a course? Yeah, I'm working on that. This is my way of channeling this into deeper energy. But
right, we're channeling our truths.
You want to know how? This is how.
Yes, and if I was channeling anything else, I know my spirit would be off, and I couldn't handle it. For some reason, in my whole entire life, that's something I couldn't handle. It's like, so.
So be impeccable with your word. Don't take things personally. Don't make assumptions. So, like, don't assume. Like, learn the actual information. Making assumptions is like making an ass out of you and me, right? Isn't that how it goes?
Yeah. Yes.
And then the fourth one
can be true sometimes.
4th one's so simple. Always do your best.
Always do your best.
Always do your best. That's why I love that book. We had them on our fridge for a long time, and it just reminded us. I felt like the angels were like, these are some good ones. Like, there's the 10 Commandments and all that stuff, yeah, but like, these are what really matter.
Yeah.
Be impeccable with your word and show up. Don't take things personally, and just do your best.
Do your best. Always.
Love it.
Good code.
So that's kind of, and you had your 4 agreements. So we were just kind of talking about that energy.
Yeah.
And we were talking about rituals.
Everybody should be free to express themselves in a ritual. You could take a bath. You could light some candles.
Can we talk about that for a second?
Dude, we do a ton of rituals.
We do, but like, let's talk about the bath one for a second. So I like to get ritual baths, but I also I have this visual of like, when we get baths, we're kind of like marinating in our own energy because I can see energy, right? So when I get a bath, I can just see it kind of seeping into the water because water's cleansing.
Yeah.
So I've been seeing this since I was a small child, and I started asking my grandma really young, like, can I get a shower? Like, I don't want to be in this energy. Like, don't make me sit here in a bath. And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, the shower rinses it away.
Yeah.
She's like, what do you mean it goes away? I was like, this is how I release my energy. And I do that now, and I do it like, some people are like, you shouldn't get a shower. I'm blessed to live in America where I have clean water, and I don't take showers like consistently. I'm not somebody who will take like a 40-minute shower. Just like a quick cleanse, like a 3-minute shower.
Soap.
It just rinses all of the energy that if I don't want it on me anymore. Now, if I want to marinate in like an idea, like I really want to come up with like a course, or I want to like work through something or heal through it. Like, I need to think about it.
It's different for if you're trying to clean dirt off of you, don't take a bath because you're gonna sit in there.
Well, that too. I mean, that's logic, but it's also energy. So like, when I want to marinate in something, I want to think about it a lot. Like, I need to heal from it. Like, maybe I'm having a really rough day and I'm like, why? I just need to sit in a bath. Like, maybe I have a real rough day and I want to rinse it off and be done with it.
Do you take a bath?
It's deeper work.
You take a bath and you like understand it more?
Yeah.
Do you rinse off after?
Actually, yeah. I'm definitely someone who I'll get a bath, especially
water?
if I use like Epsom salts and stuff. I'm going to get up and get a shower real quick. Sometimes that makes me like pass out and have crazy experiences because I'm like, oh wow, I just marinated, rinsed off, cleansed. Now I'm like in this space. It's like a spiritual thing for me. Like I don't drink stuff like that. Like I get showers. So but it does. It's like cleansing. And when I want to,
I love water.
I like putting crystals around the bath.
Water.
Yeah, so like when I get baths, it's more of a spiritual experience.
Shower later.
Definitely. I hope you take a shower all the time. You do. You're like one of the cleanliest men I've ever witnessed.
Even when I didn't take a shower for 6 months, like it wasn't 6 months, but it was like,
Like,
it was like it might have been at least 3 weeks, and it wasn't that bad. I was like, dude, everybody around me smells really bad, but
well, this also goes so
not
like
that bad.
when I was a teenager, I didn't like washing my hair. Like I loved getting showers, but I didn't like washing my hair. Like I kind of would go as long as I could. I wanted dreads, but I wasn't allowed to have dreads. A lot.
If I wash it too much,
but also think about it. So
dry.
In the Bible, Samson he has his hair.
Yeah.
And his hair gives him wisdom.
Yes.
In the Native American theology, they grow their hair and they have their braids. And then the Celtics, they have their braids. The Jews have their curls. So your hair in an avatar, they connect with the trees. Right. Like, what is this energy through our hair? And I think that's why I like dyeing my hair and being like, this is my antenna. I'm here. I'm open. Like, you can see me. Yes. And channel this through. But there's something about hair. And like, the more you wash it, the more you're getting rid of those follicles that are helping you download through your crown chakra.
Crown chakra.
Yeah, I'm ridiculous.
I like it. I like it.
Maybe that was me channeling. I don't fucking know.
Channeling something.
Sometimes my voice just does really weird, silly things, and that's why I hate hearing it in a freaking microphone.
That I get to witness it.
We're doing it. I wanted to record, so we're going for it. Dang it! I did.
It's Shannon's idea. You're going through this episode.
Yeah, we're getting it. But with that,
it's your bathing time.
Yeah, so the ritual baths. And I started realizing even at a young age that was an important thing. And I like getting ritual baths. So my ritual baths, I usually have like crystals and candles.
Do you use cold water at the end of your shower?
I started doing that, but I have to be really careful. So I've passed out. There was this one time. So you and I don't separate very often since we got together. We're very like aware of it. It's been a nice experience. But there was a time he had a job at the middle of the night and would like work at a movie
I'd
theater.
go like I would have to leave either at midnight or 4 a.m.
And I decided I was going to get a ritual bath. I didn't get a whole lot of alone time. So I was like, I'm going to connect and just like unwind in this ritual bath.
Yeah.
And I basically like flashed myself with cold water accidentally. Like I let the bath drain and I was like, oh, I had some like lavender and stuff on me. Like I should rinse this off and I'm done marinating in my thoughts. Who knows what I was going through then. But the part that stuck out was I asked the universe for like clarity on that. Well, I got the cold shower for a second just to rinse my body off. Didn't even mean for it to be cold. In fact, I think I even had it turned up. But somehow the universe made that happen, and it flashed me, and I fell in the shower.
Oh,
and
my goodness.
I know my glasses were in the bathroom with me. Like, I wear glasses because contacts, I had some crazy experience with contacts. So I wear my glasses a lot now, and I know they were in the bathroom with me, but when I fell, I started to see this light. I didn't think I was dying, but I knew that I was connecting. And I swear it was like angels were healing me because I thought that I like slipped and maybe broke something. And you weren't here to witness it. Go figure. Like you're like my Archangel Michael that usually protects me. Only
one time I get a job.
Shit. Yeah, stupid shit always happens to me when Celia like disappears for like an hour. Whatever.
I'm
thanks,
glad
Michael.
we are like self-employed right now.
Yeah, it's great.
Blessing. Thank you, God.
Anyway, so I fell and my glasses aren't around. I'm seeing this light and I feel like there's this entity around me healing me, and I start seeing like green energy. I like how we started this with rituals, and I'm back to angels. Our last couple episodes have been to angels. So this is Archangel Raphael. We haven't talked a lot about Raphael. So Raphael is this green light, and I just start seeing these spinny colors, and I'm like, I'm gonna be fine. Like I'm not often by myself. This will be cool. So I open my eyes and I see that my glasses I see with what I can because it's blurry. But I realize my glasses are nowhere to be found. I remember closing my eyes and begging the universe to just like basically put me elsewhere. I'm sober. Like we were working so many hours, but like I'm sober. Like,
Working a lot.
yeah, we had multiple jobs. I had to be up at 8 a.m. I'm just getting a shower and a bath like a normal human. And this starts happening to me. And I ask the universe, I'm just like, I'm going to close my eyes. And like teleportation, like I'm not saying I teleported, but I opened my eyes and I was in my bed. Huh. Like I don't remember how I got from place to place, but I knew that like I was in pain. So this is what I got on this, because this is why I don't necessarily flash myself with cold showers all the time, because it sends me into a spiritual experience. Put me in the bed. I found my glasses and I started realizing that I just had an experience, and I was like, wow, that happened to me when I was by myself. Of course, CeeLo's not here to like witness that one, because you're usually here when Archangel Michael's here. But I needed Raphael in that moment to heal through, and I actually had asked for him in the bath shower that I was taking, the ritual bath, for healing, because I can't remember exactly what it was I was going through. I'm sure it's in my journal, but I needed there was some reason I was taking a bath, because that's why I take baths, to marinate and heal, or to think about something. And I must have been healing, or I would have asked for like Ariel or someone for confidence.
Like if you let the bath drain while you're still in it, is that like a draining thing for your energy, or should you? Well,
that's what I did in that sense. Like it's funny you bring that up.
Out of the bath while it's draining.
Maybe, but for me, it put me in this beautiful place. So no, I thought like, it was powerful.
But the fall put you in a beautiful place.
I mean, what if I didn't fall and meet Archangel Michael in that, not Michael, Raphael in that way? Like, I don't know. Like, I like to think that things happen to me for Divine me to reason. Witness it. Yeah. Like, I asked to be a witness. Like, it gave me that story so I could tell it right now and show up. I like examples. Yeah. So anyway, I found my glasses. I woke up and you came. I was fine. Yeah. But like in that moment, I thought I was like breaking. So one of my rituals, yes, I do let the bath drain, and then I kind of like get a shower and rinse off the thoughts, and I cleanse from that experience. That's part of my ritual. Do
you think you should step out of it while it's draining?
I don't know. Maybe I'll try that in the future, and I'll get back to you.
I'm just curious what other people would think.
Yeah, tell us.
Because I heard somebody
post
something baths? About like I read some guy's post about it.
Yeah, I can't be the only person that gets showers and baths and ritual perspectives. I see people getting flower baths all the time on Instagram.
No,
They're
I think
beautiful.
baths are beautiful and great.
I'm trying to manifest the perfect bathroom.
Can you imagine like all those Western movies? All those cowboys get it all dusty, and that's how they rinse off in a bath.
Well, just remember in our past lives when we had to have people help us fill it. I'm glad that we have running water. Thanks for letting us manifest that, at least reality. I feel bad thinking about in past lives how we've had slaves and things. Like, I don't feel like I ever did. I think I built a community. I remember one past life, and we'll talk about past lives in an upcoming episode, but one of them, I was born into like a community that was supposed to be like royal, and I was like, no, dude, like we're not gonna slave these people. Like, become their friend and let them show you why they want to help you.
Loyalty.
Don't tell them, loyalty. That's why I'm a Leo. I believe in loyalty. I think in there's Archangel Ariel that's really connected to that too. She's like one of my favorites. Yeah,
Ariel.
Archangel Ariel. So you said you had a story about like the angels and how they do things. I was talking about Raphael.
I'm gonna speak on Yeshua's behalf, and I was living basically in Kalamazoo, and I prayed to experience at least a little bit of what Yeshua did when he was crucified.
Yeshua, Jesus for people. Yeah, he's got so many names.
So I like go out, and without thinking about it, I did it. I cut out like a cross
and
cardboard
did this without thinking.
Yeah.
Something channeled to you that it wanted you to have this experience to share it with people later.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, cool.
So I could like cut out this cross. And I go outside. It's like out of a like old cereal box. I go outside. I put it on my chest, and I sit out there for like 2 hours or something. And I come back, and like it took a little bit for it to register, but when it finally kicked in, the sunburn like burnt my whole front side, like the tops of my shoulders. I couldn't move my arms without feeling
burnt yourself.
Excruciating pain.
I mean, he probably did. If there was this entity, which I kind of believe there was, that was put on like a cross somewhere, and the sun was beating down, and you definitely got burnt to a crisp.
Yeah, so it was a lot. It was like the most painful sunburn I've ever had, especially because I couldn't move any part of my arms or my neck. because it was so painful. And so I eventually I prayed. It lasted the whole day or maybe a few days. I can't remember, but I eventually caved and I prayed and I said, okay, please take it away. I took a vinegar bath and I literally felt all the hot energy, the burn, just soak into the water and then evaporate.
So you've had some mystical experiences with baths too.
Yeah.
It's a ritual.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So you burn yourself, release it into the water. Wow.
I do really love a good bath, especially when if I feel clean and I can take a bath already and then I have a book. It's
yeah. I mean, I took a ritual bath when I went through my devastating kind of rock bottom experience last year.
Yeah.
When I went through this miscarriage
Mm-hmm.
experience, I needed to connect with the
Yeah.
spirit. That's a deep wormhole for a different day. But just in general, I did a bath to connect with that energy.
Mm-hmm.
I used flowers and I channeled that energy because I wanted the flowers to represent the life that it had, like a flower, the energy of it. I didn't realize that's what I was doing in the moment, but looking back at it, that's exactly what I was doing. Was those flowers represented how short of lifespan that energy had within me.
Yeah.
But how significant it was, because we see flowers so beautiful, and even though they only last for a moment, they're so important.
Yeah.
And that's what that ritual meant for me. So when you do these rituals, I think that's why we give flowers at funerals too. And that's a ritual to give somebody flowers. And it's saying that their life was as beautiful, because we worship flowers in a way. We don't say we worship flowers. Some people do, but we do. There's so many gardeners and flowers.
They're a huge part of our
beauty.
society.
Yeah. Because they have a lifespan just like we do.
Mm-hmm.
And they're so innocent. Flowers can be so innocent. Wow, we really got off a little bit of topic here, but we did talk about rituals throughout this discussion.
There's so many more rituals.
Yeah, I think we could keep going, but this has been a decent podcast.
Real quick, what are a few other rituals besides a bath, a calling, a burning and burying?
That's my favorite one.
That's your favorite one.
Because I can release.
What about
things and I can grow
partying,
things.
dancing?
Dancing's a ritual. They have dance church.
Because sometimes we like to just throw on some lights, a little visualizer.
That's
and
a spiritual experience and
have
a
a little
ritual.
fun and dance. Yeah.
I mean, I think most tribes do that. They have
yeah.
their own
Yeah.
dancing ritual.
Yeah.
So our way of doing it, some people go to raves, some people go to music festivals, some people go to bluegrass,
Yeah.
some people go to church and sing hymns. I have a very wide range of music. I listen to all kinds of music. You can find a lot of it at Bring Me to Life Radio. I love how when we talk about things that leads into all this other stuff. So Bring Me to Life Radio.
Been building
is
the
where
foundation for a while. With it.
yeah.
Mhm.
We have all these musicians we've met, and I was afraid to dance for a while. I was afraid to sing for a while. Check out my new podcast. I made my own intro. I was pretty pumped about it because I was scared of it. I'm
going to
let your light shine. But I was afraid to dance for a while. I was afraid to sing for a while because my family made me feel awkward about it. People made me feel awkward about it. We're back to the ominous they.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I began celebrating in ritual and realizing that that's how communities that are joyful and showing gratitude have ritual. Even ones that celebrate bad things use music, but good things, bad things, doesn't matter. It shows how powerful music is, how powerful dancing is, and singing and chanting and affirmations. Repetitiveness is a ritual, allowing yourself to repetitively hear things. I like meditations. It's kind of it's almost like subliminal.
I love meditation. Mala meditation in the morning.
That's a ritual. Magic Mala, shout out to that book. It changed my life.
Have you and your whole angel witch career looked into sex magic?
Oh, that's a different podcast.
That's a whole different podcast.
Oh,
we got to remember all these ideas. I think we have that.
I think that's why I just was let's just keep recording, but we need to at least rest at some point.
Yeah.
All right. So, so sex magic is interesting. I think that having sex is a ritual. We'll just end it on this because we can talk about it in an upcoming podcast at some point, because we want to talk about the divine relationship and why divine relationships are important. So we also like to talk about things on this podcast that are words and even experiences that are made taboo.
Yeah.
Sex is one of them. I've
Absolutely.
been working up to being willing to like talk about it. We all do it. I mean,
everybody does.
if you don't, then that's okay. You don't have to. Some of us
Yeah.
don't like it.
Some people don't like it, and that's
Some
okay.
of us really enjoy it. Some of us see it as a ritual.
Yeah.
I go through phases.
I see it as like a communion of the goddess and the god, just archetypes coming together.
Yeah.
And you see it represented in everything, like come inside me. And it's like the way that nature works, the way that this earth works. It's all about.
Why is it made so taboo? They don't want us to know the power within it. So yeah, so that's
one of the
powerful.
most powerful energies.
Yeah, so you can create things through it, like just having a positive experience with it. When the universe finds ways to like, so I've had a lot of trauma through sex.
Yeah.
I've been put through things that I don't think we should be put through, but then now I talk about them and I realize that so many people have similar, different, very different, but similar experiences that made them feel the same way.
Yeah, most people that I know do.
Yeah, the Me Too movement was really big with that.
Huge.
But just in general, like I realized I just dropped things in conversations. People are like, did she just go there? Like you just went there with like the sex and sex magic thing. But like, I'm realizing that if I can just make it natural, then the people around me will feel comfortable talking about it. You want to talk about those things? And if you make people uncomfortable, listen, respect boundaries. Respect boundaries, like consent.
That's a hard
is
one.
Sexy.
I've learned that a lot this past
Boundaries
5 years.
are important.
Yes,
words can stick with people. Consent, but like,
just gotta make sure you gotta like.
and like, I'm willing to talk about it here, but I mean, don't message me and tell me some super creepy, sexy stuff. Like, there's outlets for it. There's outlets for it, and I think that's where we want to go. Like, I want people to know that it's okay to be weird in some ways, but like allow yourself to process why you feel that way. Sexual desire is such a powerful thing, and it should be used as a ritual. It should be used as like a deeper connection to spirit.
Deeper connection.
It should be I think that's why it was so sacred for me. So I tried to go until I was 18 and not have sex. I had sexual experiences. Like, I was making out and dry humping, doing things. Like, I was a teenager. But I always knew that sex was going to be important because I could see energy. So I knew that energy, I didn't know if like I wanted that. And I've had people push it upon me even when I was a kid. So like, I didn't lose my virginity consensually until I was like that age. But like when I was younger, I had things pushed upon me from areas that you shouldn't. And it's just awkward.
It's tough.
And I think that happens to so many of us, and it was made taboo so that we would be afraid because the ominous whatever it is, it's that kind of like darkness energy power.
I feel like a lot of pressure gets put on the like masculine energy to be like that.
But if you can find a person that you can connect with in an intimate way.
Yeah.
So like me and you are both aware of this. So this is cool that we're both aware of this. Why are we both aware of this? Well, in one of the episodes you said is because I've followed you around and made you talk to me. Like I was like, you're gonna stay at my house and you want this spiritual adventure? Well, we're gonna talk. So you got to find somebody willing to talk to you, a partner that wants to talk to you about these things. And so that's how you can start sex magic. Like, what is magic? It's just magical feeling sex that you're not ashamed of, and you're willing to have that experience with a partner that is also consensual and also on your level, and that you're not afraid to mix your energy with. Like, don't ever. So like another thing that I've had in my head is like, don't mix your energy with somebody that you wouldn't want to have a kid with. And like looking back, I can count like my sexual partners on my hands. I'm proud of that actually. I mean, I've had some like. I don't do hookups really. Like I have a spiritual experience when I connect with people. Yeah. And so that being said, I mean I've probably mixed my energy with people obviously I don't want to have kids with. That's why I don't have kids. But I've also went through a miscarriage experience that really changed my perspective on that too, and showed me what it's like to have energies growing within me. And basically the universe was just like, we want you to know what this feels like so that when you're ready you can accept it, because I'm somebody who likes warnings in a way. So like some people are like, wow, she can talk about this miscarriage, and this is how I'm processing it too. It's like I like warnings. I tell the universe like, give me signs. Well, that was like and I don't even know if I'll ever have kids. Like that's fine with me. But it's the way that the universe can channel it, and sex magic is a part of that. Don't mix your energy with people you don't want to make magic with, because it's a powerful thing. Its purpose is to create
like what's
a galaxy
in your mind
reproduction.
during that time is like magnified intensely.
Yeah. I mean, some people have healing experiences where they'll be with like a really magical, with sexual magical partner, and then they'll have a flashback and they'll just start crying. I mean, I've had that. I mean, we've had some crazy moments, and I've just started crying, and like, you're very hyper aware, so you're like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I'm just processing through something. It's actually like, it doesn't feel bad. Like, I'm processing and I'm evolving. Like, it's a place you can evolve when you can find somebody so magical to evolve with, and like." Some people find a person and you get married and that's fine, but you have to be able to talk. Like, if you can't, and here's the thing, like, if you're like, man, my partner's never going to be on this level. If you don't try, you don't know. Like, open the conversation, see what the boundaries are, respect the boundaries.
So important.
And their boundaries might change. So I've evolved. My boundaries have changed. I'm willing to talk about way more things than I would have talked about even a year ago, 4 years ago. Yeah, right. Like, this wouldn't have been a discussion. But I've evolved a lot and realized that that's why I was a certain way and why I had the experiences I did that taught me that, so I can share it. But wow, we went from rituals to sex magic and really opened a portal. So we'll have to go through that in a different day. Do you have anything else you want to say today?
I just want to say that I appreciate everyone's ears.
Yeah, throat chakra is open. So tell us what your rituals are. Hop in the Bring Me to Life challenge on Facebook.
Yes. Tell us.
Create a conversation.
But respect our boundaries.
Yeah. That's why we have the Bring Me to Life challenge, because if we're not able to respond to every single message, please don't be offended. Again, remember the 4 agreements don't take things personal. It's not about you.
Be
it's
impeccable
about,
with your word.
Yeah, it's about us showing up and creating a space. So if we can't show up for you, somebody in the community should. So like, if we hold that space for each other in the group, then you're a part of it. You're a part of this movement. You share a story, someone else shares a story. That's how we communicate. Yeah. So find us in the Bring Me to Life challenge on Facebook. Find us at PBM2L on most social medias. Project Bring Me to Life, Bring Me to Life Network. I'm Shantastic Shine, or Shannon Shine, and my buddy here, my lover.
Soul buddies.
Soul buddies. We like the term soul buddies.
Yeah, it's so solid. It's just like
travel, 2 souls traveling in a fish. Okay,
because we're just such a good duo.
Yes, and you guys are good people. So thanks for listening. Remember, you were awesome. Remember to stay awake, shine on always, and I'm ready to see you in the next podcast.
Bye.
Bye.
For many of us, spirituality is just the quest to find essence or true meaning, and to really just connect with a higher consciousness.
Connecting with your spirituality is very important in this life. By becoming mindful of all of it, you can realize where you are and if that is leading you to where you want to go.
Listen to the little simple things, because it's those little simple things that are going to shift you vibrationally in such a way that will prepare you to become very intuitively minded and ready to step forward on the next part of your path.
I hope you can feel the love that's inside you, it's inside me, that connects us.
Thanks for shining on with us.